Guys, welcome back. We're going to do SHI Daredevil #1 by Crusade Comics. I believe it's Crusade Comics or just Crusade. And Marvel Comics. This is one shot. I'm not sure if there's a comic before that, like Daredevil SHI or something, because in the 90s, mid 2000s, there's a lot of, crossovers with, reversal of names. So SHI comes in Daredevil comic and Daredevil comes in the SHI comic. I don't know. There was a lot of that going on in the 90s, mid 2000s. And this is one of them. I just bought it for very cheap. And it was, let's say I'm not a big fan of this cover. It looks weird. It looks like they're dancing or something, or some other weird shenanigans going on. And it's made by Tucci and Gutierrez, if that's how you say it. And I thought it was Billy Tucci, but this is William Tucci, if I'm correctly. Yeah, I'm not sure who is William Tucci. He's the president, but also the artist, and he does a lot of other stuff. Also, he did a story with other people. And so maybe it's the father of Billy Tucci? I don't know. Well, for those who don't know who Billy Tucci is, making SHI now. He's very successful on Indiegogo and Kickstarter. I ordered some comics on Indiegogo, so 2 comics that I get very soon, and it looks phenomenal. So basically, this is more of a backstory of what's going on. Like I said, this is probably maybe a recap of what's going on in other comic, or maybe not. But here we see that she is attacking Daredevil, and it seems that she is, possessed / hypnotized. Because there's an evil guy who's called Masao, and Masao is the leader of the Makoto clan, and the Makoto clan is basically more like a offshoot or spin-off of the Hand, and the Hand you probably know from Daredevil comics. I don't have much Daredevil comics because I'm not really a big fan of Daredevil himself, although I know he's a very cool character and great powers, but I don't know, I just never made a cool connection with either of them, like SHI and Daredevil. So I bought this just, give it a shot. Maybe it's fun. And it was, but it's a way different comic than I expected to be. So I'm going to explain that a little bit later. So they are battling, and somehow, I'm skipping a few pages. The art looks phenomenal. It looks really cool. Very dynamic also. So they're battling, and here we see Masato. Is it? Just give me a second. Masao, sorry. So Masao, they are going to flee from the scene, and they're, while they're battling each other, somehow, what I do like, and this is a little bit strange, I didn't notice that first, because you see here some spirits surrounding Daredevil, and I believe, and that's just an assumption, that she is seeing demons only, because Masao wants to resurrect or create, or basically wants to bring forth a Japanese Oni demon into the world that he can possess or control, and he wants to use Anna, who is SHI, SHI, to get the demon back in our realm. And so they are battling each other. She's hypnotized, and somehow Daredevil reaches her mind, and then she's transforming back into her own self. But then the medallion that she has on her neck does something to her. It releases some kind of, I don't know, gas or something, and or it's just maybe a mystical energy surrounding that. But she's basically getting choked by the medallion, and Daredevil helps her, because he rips off the medallion, throws it away, and then he's doing, mouth-to-mouth. Well, it's not a resurrection, but mouth-to-mouth brew to gain her. I don't know. It's just bring her back. Let's leave it in. And then he drags her body because she is unconscious, and he going to a church. And skipping a couple of pages here. So basically, she's recovering, and then the father gives her that's the weird thing, I don't get that, gives her the medallion back, and then she's standing outside reminiscing, and then, I don't know, probably this guy is called Peter, And not sure if he's a friend or maybe a relative or something. Like I said, I don't know. But there's the fun parts and the difference with other comics is there's a lot of, how do you say, connection. That's probably the word. They are talking a lot about faith. They're talking about, believing in God, talking about, helping each other, believing in yourself. So a lot of, emotional stuff that I normally dislike, but in this situation, it clicks. It is part of the story, and I liked it very much. It's not forced or anything. It has a natural flow, and yeah, it brings forth a lot of insight how people think in the story and how they feel, and there's a lot of insecurities going on with she. So they are sitting in a bar and talking, and then something weird happens later. So Daredevil is coming back to the church because he wants to check up on Anna, and then this mother here, who's, I believe they are friends with each other or they know each other, and Matt Murdock has also some kind of a crisis within himself. He doubts himself. He said, "I want to help people, but I cannot stay here and look at Anna 24/7." And then out of nowhere, he uses his senses, and then he's getting attacked again by Anna. And that's the part I don't get. I mean, I think, not entirely sure. Let me double check if I'm correctly. Yeah, so okay, a little bit. So she's praying and has the medallion in her head. So I think that Anna puts on the medallion again, getting controlled by Masao again, and then they are flying through the outside of the Windows church into falling into the ground, and then the clan picks her up and kidnaps them, and then we see that Daredevil is strung up and she is strung up, and the clan says, "Wait, we need to kill her," and then the power of what is inside she flows into them, and then basically resurrecting the Oni. But then Matt Murdock, is taunting them, and he shouts them, and we see also here the mother praying, and that's a big part of the whole comic. Faith, believing, praying, helping in whatever way, and the Hand wants to kill or silence Daredevil. They, as you can see, they fail. And then somehow Masao puts his sword through himself, and then a transformation is going on. And then we see that he brings forth the Oni that wants to attack she. And then also they have a battle between each other. She breaks free because of, force or maybe faith, or I don't know. Like I said, this is more of a spiritual comic, if you will. And like I said before, there's a lot of emotional connection between Matt Murdock, she, the church, believing in God, and mother that is praying for Anna and Daredevil. So she takes on the Oni devil. I don't know, something. The devil says, "Woman, what are you doing? Your embrace." And he says no. And then Matt Murdock says, "Stop, Anna, this is crazy. You can't say something that has already given itself to evil." And then the evil is vanquished, and then the heat is building up. The place is exploding, and then somehow they are both surviving, and they have a talk between each other, and basically it's more like like an aftermath. So it's a very short comic. I like what they are doing. I explained before with the whole faith thing, so it's not more action and all throwing banter around. No, this is way deeper. There's way more of that. And I'm not a religious person, but I like what they did here. I was impressed what they are doing, even for one shot, because normally, in my opinion, one shots is more like a throwaway kind of comic story snack, if you will, that you read it once, maybe twice, and then you put it away. But I think they did a phenomenal job to, even though it's short, to bring something new to the table that I wasn't expecting. So that's cool. Also, this is a flip book, or flip book, and it's more like a sneak preview about TCB. I have no idea, but this is the Peter guy that we saw earlier in this comic, which is the same. I love also that you see here the logo is also here on the tank, and the art is looking very good. So it's more like a sneak preview. I'm not going much into that because it's just a couple of pages explaining, and it's going to be, I don't know, a trade paperback, as they say here, because I'm going to see it. Well, yeah, it says here that that's TCB #1 in April from Crusade Comics, and this comic is from, let me double check. I believe it's from the mid-2000s or 90s. This is 1997, so probably you can search it up online. Yeah, recommend. Surprisingly fun. Still don't like the cover. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel. Hope you liked the video. Give it a like, give it a thumbs up, and maybe if you want to add something into the chat, just do it. I'm gonna reply to every comic that is in there, and I'll see you next time.